In this video, we're going to talk about 3 stocks to buy and hold for the next 10 years. All 3 of these stocks are in my portfolio. I don't buy a lot of individual stocks. Of course, I'm heavily invested into crypto as well. I'm looking to get into real estate, but right now it's just stocks and crypto. And for the most part, I don't like to target individual stocks, but these 3 I definitely target, and they're the big 3 A's. Drop your guesses down below in the comment section. Before we even get to it, we're going to start with Amazon. Now, before I get into Amazon, it's one of the 3 that I think over the next decade will continue to perform extremely well. Let me just say this. When I go about selecting individual stocks, if I'm going that route, I usually select things that I use almost every day. Okay. Things that I use because I know if I use them, other people are as well. Okay. So, first up is Amazon. And Amazon is just an amazing story. Of course, Jeff Bezos can thank book lovers for part of his multi billion dollar fortune. But Amazon shares have continued to go up. It's one of the best performing stocks in the last decade. And I think it can repeat because of the technology behind it, because of e-commerce and the way we shop now as a society. Amazon, in my opinion, is not going anywhere. Now, will Amazon, Apple, that's my second one, and the other one be here forever? That's an interesting question. We're going to kind of get into that in some other stock videos, but that is the first one, Amazon. All right. So, just real quick before we move on to Apple, in 2018 alone, Amazon's revenue increased by 31% to, at that point, a jaw dropping $233 billion. And it's continued to get bigger and bigger every single year. Now, next up is Apple. So we've got Amazon, we've got Apple. In 2007, that's a key year for Apple. They came up with what? The iPhone. The iPhone. I own 2 of them and an iPad and an iMac. I'm all Apple. AirPods, I got it all, right? And they've grew this ecosystem to the point where you want everything that they roll out. They are a market disruptor. There's no question. Now, in 2007, the iPhone was the first commercially successful smartphone touchscreen device. Of course, iPhone sales have exploded, and people still today await potentially when Apple will get into the electric vehicle company or sector. Of course, the company really sits on a lot of cash, unlike their counterpart, Microsoft, who goes and acquires a lot of companies, which, by the way, neither way is right or wrong. Microsoft acquires a lot of companies. Apple sits on a lot of cash and builds within their own ecosystem. But Amazon and Apple would be mainstays in my individual stock portfolio. And by the way, in some future videos, I'm going to talk about the ETFs that I really like and that I invest in as well. Now, in addition to Apple, Amazon, we've got another A, but you might know it as a G, and that's Alphabet. That is the company behind Google. Now, Google has a very, very fascinating story as well, because some may not know this, but at first, Yahoo was actually the big winner in the search engine space. That is until Alphabet or Google did something very different with their algorithm. They did something called PageRank, and this is to blame for this huge success. Unlike other search engines in the 1990s, Google's PageRank spit out web search results based on exactly what you were looking for and based on popularity. This means that the end user could get to where they wanted to go faster, and they ended up blowing Yahoo out of the water. Of course, YouTube is also owned by Alphabet Google. So I have some vested interest. Of course, that's how I survive right here on YouTube. So if I were building a stock portfolio today and somebody asked me personally, 3 stocks, start your individual stock portfolio with today. And I know it's tech heavy, but I'm going Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet. There's no doubt about it. We even saw during the years of the pandemic, many people were online more, right? So it's in a way, I don't want to say recession proof, but it's a proof against pretty much even black swan type events, right? So Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet. Those would be my three that I'd be putting in my portfolio today if I was just starting it up. I'm going to have a bunch more stock type videos as well as all my crypto content here. Just want to shake it up and give you some ideas of where I am in the stock market as well, because it's really been a big interest of mine this year because I've been so heavily weighted in crypto. I want to diversify a little bit into stocks as well. And so hopefully you like this style, and let me know down below what your top three are. And I'm looking forward to seeing that list. See ya.